The Beyond Distance Research Alliance at the University of Leicester has recently opened what it calls its new physical media zoo. But there's no evidence of caged tigers or fluffy pandas so far. Rather, the university prefers to explain that the media zoo is a safe environment in which its staff can safely experiment with a range of software and hardware available for teaching and learning applications in higher education. Simon Kear, described as the keeper of the media zoo, joins me to explain more. Good morning, Simon. Welcome to the programme.
Good morning.
A strange title, so why not just call it a technology centre or something similar?
Well, the metaphor of the media zoo, of which I'm the keeper, which means I'm a senior learning technologist, allows us to present new technologies to academics and staff here at the University of Leicester in a non-threatening, safe way. These academics are usually hard-pressed for time, and we are able to present these new technologies in a way that academics can then absorb into their learning and teaching.
So how will the tutors begin to use it?
Well, a good example would be podcasting. We encourage the use of short, focused 5-minute podcasts, 10 minutes maximum, that tutors and university staff can use in their teaching as a way of perhaps summarising or emphasising points they're making in their lecture courses, and for other reasons as well.
What are those reasons?
A good example would be assessment. We're now focusing research on using podcasts for assessment so that rather than a student receiving an essay back covered in red pen marks, they would actually receive an audio file as the lecturer goes through the assessment, is able to make pertinent points on various paragraphs.
Now, how can tutor technophobes be encouraged to use the new resources on offer?
Well, this is where I come in as the keeper of the media zoo. I encourage these tutors to come into the new physical media zoo, which is a learning laboratory, a large room, and I run these 2-hour workshops on podcasting, at the end of which the tutor will be in a position to go away and produce podcasts for himself or herself that then can be uploaded to the institutional virtual learning environment.
Now, as well as podcasts, at the official opening, there were a lot of new gadgets on display. Just talk me through one or two of the more unusual items, will you? We
had some e-book readers, or e-readers as we call them. These are handheld devices used solely for reading text. We even had, courtesy of the University Library here, on loan, a Kindle e-book, which I know has been in the news quite a lot recently.
It sounds a fascinating development in the way of delivering education. You see it obviously as the way forward for the future.
Very much so. The Beyond Distance Research Alliance focuses on projects that see new ways of teaching, new learning design and new technologies. For example, while the traditional lecture hall still has a place in education, 300 students being taught to by a lecturer in a large room, we also believe that the demographic of the student body is changing. We have a lot more mature, work-based, part-time students, and we believe a lot more learning actually occurs between peers, online, and through the World Wide Web generally.
Only this sort of thing was available at the grammar school that I went to. Can you see it sort of moving down the scale of education, moving down to grammar schools and primary schools and so on?
Very much so. I can't claim that higher education is leading in this particularly. I think the Beyond Distance Research Alliance focuses on higher education and now further education. But what's happening in schools, both primary and secondary, is really quite startling as well. My 9-year-old niece has just shown me a stop-motion animation she's made with her colleagues that is now posted on their own virtual learning environment on the London Grid, which is really quite incredible.
It is indeed. Simon Kear, Zookeeper, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Okay, thank you, Dave.